You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, GH fans. It's Belynda from Soap Dirt, and we've got your latest General Hospital Prediction Edition. And as always, my predictions are based on confirmed ABC soap opera spoilers, interviews from actors, and episodes that we've already seen. So we've got a prediction for Ava about Austin's murder, one about Felicia and Cody, and another about Bobbie Spencer's final storyline. We're going to unwrap these, but first, please click subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss a thing. Let's dig right in. Our first prediction, Ava will accuse Cyrus of murdering Austin. Next week's official spoilers say that Ava Jerome heads over to Cyrus Renault and confronts him. I'm guessing she has some things to say about her almost dying at the hands of his awful lollipop-loving flunky Mason Gatlin. I think Ava may accuse Cyrus of murdering his other flunky, Dr. Austin Gatlin Holt. Thanks to Sonny, Ava now knows the whole ugly truth about Austin, Mason, and Cyrus. And she's pretty clear that Austin was still lying to her when they last talked at her gallery. And of course, she didn't kill him. She knows for sure she didn't. But we saw on Friday that Ava decided to burn the photo of Austin's dead body and the "You're welcome" note, but she isn't entirely sure at all who sent it. And of course, Cyrus likes to toy with people, but killing the doctor and sending her the note and the Polaroid of his corpse doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Cyrus wanting Austin dead only makes sense if he knew that Austin was planning to flip on him and cut a deal with the PCPD. Otherwise, Austin was still an asset Cyrus could use, but since he's got eyes and ears all over town, Cyrus may well have known that Austin went to the police. So I guess if it was Cyrus, although I don't think he pulled the trigger, I could see how in a twisted way, maybe he thought he did Ava a favor by getting that liar out of her life. But the card and the photo or the note and the photo feel like a much more twisted personal touch, like something Ryan Chamberlain would have done in a sick gesture. Let's just hope Ryan's not back from the dead. Then she'd have more problems than the Pawtucket cops and Dante thinking she might have killed her one-time bed buddy. So I'm certain Cyrus will deny Ava's accusation, but he might torment her a little to keep her off guard and a little worried because she's so close to Sonny Corinthos, the man that Cyrus despises more than life. That's that prediction. Second prediction, Bobbie Spencer dies in Amsterdam. So we finally got spoilers for Tracy Quartermaine, and right now she's supposedly in Amsterdam with Bobbie Spencer dealing with the last of Luke Spencer's estate issues. You can't tell from the spoilers we were given, though, if Tracy's back in Port Charles or if she's still in Amsterdam. They like to film hotel suites and just label them with the foreign country name where the character is supposed to be. Thanks to budget cuts, we rarely see location shoots unless they're, out in the studio backyard pretending it's the local park. They sometimes walk around. So we got a couple of spoilers that point to us finally getting Bobbie Spencer's death storyline. First of all, during a fan event a few weeks back, Finola Hughes, who plays Anna, and James Patrick Stewart, who plays Valentine, confirmed that there's an on-screen storyline coming about Bobbie's death. That way, GH can give fans closure about Bobbie and her portrayer, Jacklyn Zeman. Of course, you'll recall that Jackie Zeman passed away suddenly May 9th, 2023, age 70, after a brief bout with cancer. Her last episode aired April 27th, which was Michael and Willow's wedding. So in addition to Finola and James saying that her death storyline would start shortly after Thanksgiving, we have official spoilers for Friday, December 8th that say Tracy remembers her past. So perhaps Tracy's thinking back to the past in Port Charles and her interactions with key characters, including her now dead husband, Luke Spencer, and his sister, Bobbie Spencer. I predict that Tracy will come back to Port Charles with some story about how Bobbie passed away overseas. After all, they can't do a deathbed scene or a dying arc or anything like that because the actress has been gone for so many months. They don't have that option to do an on-screen death, but they can write an off-screen death and then celebrate her life with an on-screen memorial that honors both Bobbie and Jackie Zeman. And I think that's what's about to happen. All right, our third and final prediction. Felicia DNA tests Cody while Mac is not on screen. So late last week, We saw Cody Bell over at Maxie Jones' house doing some chores for the single mom, and her son James West was thrilled to have a man in the house, and he wants Cody to be, there with them all the time. He wants him to fix everything. He wants him to come for a sleepover and says he can stay in his room. And then James said he really wants a brother. What's interesting, of course, Cody is actually his uncle. Maxie and Cody are not related by blood, just for the record, but Mac is her de facto father who raised her because Frisco Jones has been out of the picture forever. Maxie considers Mac her father figure, and Mac is Cody's biological father, although most people in town don't know it, right? So Mac Scorpio actor John York is off the ABC soap pursuing treatment for his blood cancer, but he plans to return in a few months once the regimen is complete and it's safe for him to come back to work. John York was scheduled to get his bone marrow transplant on November 17th, so like a week before Thanksgiving. And from there, he said he had to do 100 days, which is over 3 months, of daily testing at the hospital to check and see if his body is accepting or rejecting the transplant. Of course, we wish him the best of luck. For now, he's off screen, and we hope everything goes great, and he's back in, 101 days. Wouldn't that be great? So I noticed, though, as Cody was puttering around Maxie's house, seeming helpful, but kind of a little nervous because he's right there with his dad's wife, his dad's, stepdaughter, and his dad's grandson. So I also noticed Felicia was thinking really hard about something. Do you guys remember? She flashed back to when she reached for the paternity test results out of Cody's hand at the hospital, but Cody held back the paper and he wouldn't let anybody else look at it. Felicia's a pretty smart cookie, so she may realize Cody was hiding something, and he still is. So this prediction isn't based on an upcoming spoiler, but basically on the last episode, Felicia's facial expressions, her flashback to that moment. You could tell how hard she was thinking. She seemed skeptical. She's such a good actress. You can read so much on her face. So this, that moment when Cody said Mac wasn't his dad, that was a moment that Felicia knows hurt Mac because he was so excited at the idea of Cody being his son. Mac has no biological children, although he did help raise Maxie and her now dead sister, Georgie. But so I just wonder if Felicia's going to trust her instincts and run a DNA test without anyone knowing. She can always pick up a glass Cody drink out of at Maxie's house or somewhere else. Or, James takes writing lessons with him. She could grab a tissue, a water bottle, steal some hair from his brush, steal his toothbrush because he lives upstairs in the stable where he works. There's a loft apartment thing up there. I suspect she might do it on a just in case basis, just because she has a suspicion. It's way past time for this to come out. So maybe Felicia will figure it out and confront Cody Bell. And then once John York is back as Mac in a few months, we get a father and son reunion. That's it. That's all our predictions. Let me know what you think. And whether you agree or disagree, have a different idea for where you think storylines are going, definitely drop your comments and please click subscribe if you have not already, and come back soon because we are here talking General Hospital 7 days a week. As always, this has been Belynda from Soap Dirt. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.